actually try a brand new recipe today, one from the manual that came with my rice cooker. I'm going to cook the eggs steamed in tomatoes. So let's give this a try and see how it comes out. This isn't a very complicated recipe. What I'm going to do is start with one medium-sized tomato, and this is just one of those on the vine tomatoes. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut off about a 1/2 inch of the tomato. You want to be pretty careful with that. So that's what I have there. And then I'm going to use a grapefruit spoon to go ahead and remove all the pulp from the center. So you want to make sure that you leave all of the wall right here. Just take out the inside but leave the wall. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. Okay, so you can see I've completely hulled it, and a grapefruit spoon is great for that because it has just a few ridges in the spoon on the sides there, which allow you to sort of get in there and really scoop it out well. And then what you want to do is you're going to try to get some of this moisture out. So you're going to do that by using a plate that has some napkins on it, and you're going to sprinkle this with a little bit of salt to help draw out the water, and then you're going to turn it upside down. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Turn it upside down. I'm going to let it drain for, let me think. I think I'll come back and check it, and then I'll let you know after it completes about what it took. It's been about 5 minutes, and you can already see there's a really large moisture ring around there. And it's still wet, but it doesn't look as moist inside. So I think that's going to be perfect. I'm going to go ahead and get the inner cup here for my rice cooker. Now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and sprinkle this with a little bit more salt and pepper, just for flavoring. Actually, I think I'm not going to use the pepper right now. I'm just going to do the salt. I'm going to put it inside of my rice cooker there. And I'm going to crack an egg right into the tomato. And normally I would do that into a separate cup to make sure I don't get any shells, but I was being lazy. Wash the egg off my hands, and it fills up that tomato perfectly. I'm going to let you get in there and have a look. It fills it right up about to the base of that. And then to that, now the recipe calls for Parmesan cheese to top it off. I don't really like Parmesan cheese on my eggs, so I'm just going to use a little bit of basil. And fresh basil would have been great, but I'm going to use some dry basil. Smidge more salt right at the top to flavor the top of that egg. And then you want to go ahead and put about 2 tablespoons of water around the tomatoes so that you can get some steam happening inside of the rice cooker. I'm going to gently put that in the rice cooker so I don't dump over the egg, which I already did. Alright, right on in there. Put the lid on. Now if you like your egg a little bit more runny, you're going to use this about 8 to 10 minutes. And if you want it to cook a little bit more, maybe about 10 to 12 minutes. So I'm going to plug it in, press the cook button, and we'll see you in about 11 minutes. It's been about 10 minutes, and I've turned this off and let it sit for a second. Oh, that looks really good. Check that out. So we're going to carefully take that out because it's steaming hot. Oh my goodness, that really smells good. There you can see that. Wow. And then I'm going to drizzle it with just a little bit of olive oil. And that looks delicious. Let it cool down for a moment and we'll give it a try. Okay, it's probably still a little bit warm, but we're going to go ahead and give this a try. Now, I did it without a runny yolk. I wanted to try it a little bit more done. And you can see here that the yolk is like almost hard-boiled. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a try. That's actually really good. I think it needs a smidge more salt. But that's delicious. Now, you can actually do a lot of variations on here. Because I used the basil and the tomato, I could have put a little mozzarella cheese on there. That would have been really good. Maybe a little spinach or anything you want. And in fact, I wonder, you could probably even do a little mini 1-egg omelet inside of your tomato. So this is really good little recipe here, and I recommend you try it. So there's one more for the rice cooker.